Hello everyone, it is me, Yeeking. Today we're back with another unboxing video. For today's unboxing, we got from Beyblade X, Flame Cerberus W 580WB. Wow, a lot of W's for this bait. I'm so funny. Yeah, feel free to unsubscribe now. But yeah, so we got another Wave 7 bay. I really like the avatar chips, that's why I decided to get it. I think there's also a blue one. I think. I know it's definitely a green one. Wow, in the TT side things in Hasbro, we only have the native colors, but I think there might be another recolor Cerberus. It's either in blue or pink, or I'm just going completely stupid. I thought in text if there is that one, if it's even is one of those colors. But yeah, this actually does come with a pretty meta pod, but I don't buy it for the meta. I buy it because I just want the base I like. But, you know, convenient if I get a bay that's meta. Helps me out if I ever do decide to do competitive. I mean, I know of a place, just I'm too scared to go. But going over the box, since this is a Wave 7 bay, has no rip tab. Of course, Wave 8 is going to be a different design. I mentioned that in Reaper Rhino's video. Shows the CX logo. Says the name, stamina logo, stamina type different languages, AGA+ made by Hasbro and T. Open window showing off the bay parts. Have a little CG render showing the bay spinning. Beyblade X logo. What's included? Since this is a starter pack, you get a bay and a proto launcher. Flip to this side. This just tells you download the app. And I mean, I fixed it up in the. Hopefully, I'll remember to fix it up in the Reaper Rhino video. But apparently, for Wave 7, I was kind of wrong. On the Beyblade X app, it's called Wave 8, but it just has the base from Wave 7 on it, plus the Emperor Might deck pack that was shown off during Summer Toy Fair. So if I get that pack, I will consider that Wave 7, because that's what the Beyblade X app considers as Wave 7. So, yeah, a little bit my fault, but like I said, I'll probably try my best to remember to throw it up in text for the Reaper Rhino video. Also, you know, by the time that comes out, because that'll be the previous unboxing for this. But yeah. Flip over here, just says the CX logo. Flip down here, we got barcode. And flip to the back. I got this via Amazon, but for some reason one of the tabs was already broken, which is weird. But going over the box, Flame Cerberus, Flame Cerberus W 580DB, not DB, WB. It's a right spin stamina type bay. Go over here, Cerberus, just a lock chip. The flame bit. Low air resistance, W, strong endurance. Going over the parts, Flame Cerberus W, right spin stamina type blade, attack 10, defense 30, stamina 60, for the ratchet 580, stamina 12, height, is that height or, no, it's defense 8, stamina 10, height 80, and then for the bit WB, attack 15, defense 30, stamina 45, dash 10, best 30. You know, it'd be nice if you actually ever did get a thick resistor for a defense or a stamina bit. That would be the day. But then again, it might be too broken apart, so maybe that's why we don't get a thick resistor on defense and stamina bits, because they're more stationary. But I'm just saying, you know, it'd be nice for at least one bit during this whole Beyblade X saga, for at least one stamina and one defense bit to get a thick defense resistor. Even make it garbage if you want to, just give it a thick resistor. But let's cut it open. Always be careful with scissors in the shop, especially if you're young. But I guess I can see why, because it is probably because of that reason they don't want those bits to be too meta. Which, yeah. Don't worry, I didn't cut myself. Plus, I'm pretty sure these scissors are not even meant to cut yourself, because I had these since I was like in early elementary. Which goes to show the durability of these scissors. I had these since like early elementary. Did I do it right? There we go. Is that it? Yep. Alright, let's just move everything off to the side real quick. We got our little pamphlet that I should open up real quick. This just shows how to assemble the bay, but I show that off anyways. But if I see it expanded, I might have to look at it. Here's how to launch the bay. Because the expander has an extra bit you have to do. Not bit as the bottom part, but like bit as an extra piece. So I may have to look at instructions for assembly when I get my first CX expanded. The do's and don'ts of the stadium. Not do's and don'ts, the parts of the stadium. And then there's the do's and don'ts. Well, since this is a starter pack, you just get a basic white proto launcher. I mean, that's a job, but like I say, if you have the money, just try getting a winder or a string. Alright, let's get these out. Yeah. Just put you off to the side. I'll fix it up later, so don't worry. And then let's get out the parts. And let's hope it doesn't happen like last time, because in the last Beyblade unboxing, my Rhino lock chip almost went underneath my closet. Which, it would have been fine, just means I would have to move some stuff out of the way, which would be annoying for an unboxing video. Okay, I guess they heard me, so they're going gentle on me this time. Woo. Alright, let's just fix it up now. Yes. Alright, we go from bit to lock chip. So, up first we have our bit, WB, which stands for wall ball, which, the point of wall ball, from my understanding of how I've seen some other people describe it, is it's supposed to be kind of like a help yourself ball, because even though you're stamina type, if you lose stamina, you start to wibble and wobble. This is supposed to help you keep you upright, so you don't like die as much. You know, it's supposed to help prevent life after death, that kind of thing. I do know though that for Beyblade X, it's not on Hasbro yet, but in the TT side things, there's a X Overbay being Rock Leone, and that one, unfortunately, because you know, since defense bits are more spike-like, it came with, I think, Gear Needle, but since the original comes with a ball, they say the best, if you want the best kind of bit for it to be similar between the two, you gotta get the white ball, which came in, I believe the latest Venom booster that was released alongside, alongside or at least near the release date of Rock Leone, which was a yellow Cobalt Drake that came with a white wall ball bit. But yeah, so basically you gotta get the yellow Cobalt Dragoon from TT to get the white wall ball bit. Which, if we do get Rock Leone and Beyblade X, then I kind of hope we do actually get a yellow Cobalt Dragoon. And we do, I hope they don't bit swap, because that's the only way to really get an anime accurate in Beyblade X for Rock Leone. So it'd be really stupid on Hasbro if it does happen, where we get Rock Leone and we get Yellow Cobalt Dragoon, but they decide to do a bit swap. Even if it's a very good bit, like, I don't care if the parts are better if it gets a Hasbro release. I just want parts to be 1-to-1. It could be a sucky bay, just make it 1-to-1, you know? And then we have our ratchet, 580, has 5 points of contact, and it's 8mm tall, and this nice red. I think it's like the same kind of red they used for Red Swordran back in Wave 1 for its ratchet. Then we have the assist blade, W, which stands for wheel, which it was definitely top meta when it came out. It still is pretty meta, but I don't know if it's still top meta, but at least at the time when it came out, it was the second heaviest assist blade. I don't know if it still is or not by now, but at least when it came out in TT, it was the second heaviest. But it's also pretty good for most CX, it's good for most and not all CX builds, because it's circular and it is the second heaviest, so it gives you a good amount of weight. And I know like Blast Pegasus, I believe is the name. It's the CX version of the Pegasus Bay we have. And I know there's like a popular meta combo that uses this plus one of the metal lock chips. So yeah. But we flip to the back. it does give us a QR code for Flame Cerberus if you guys want to scan this into your Beyblade X app. And then we have the main blade Flame, which is just a defensive / stamina like main blade. It has air holes to help with that stability, and it looks nice. And then we have our lock chip Cerberus. Nice little 3-headed dog. I guess you could say we have a pirate Cerberus Beyblade. Aha! Bakugan joke. Now we just need one in purple so then we can get Darkest. Well, I guess then you can make the joke we have a Ventus one, and then if I'm remembering right, and if the other one we do have, if it is true, I'm like remembering but also misremembering because I think we got another Cerberus lock chip in either pink or blue. Like I said, if I was wrong, but off of video remembrance, I think if we did get a blue one, then at least we also have an Aqua Cerberus, which actually makes me wonder if we got an Aqua's Holocore. I don't think we actually ever did get an Aqua's Holocore. Maybe like a Fusion Holocore, but not like a basic one that's either a core or an ultra. Which stinks, but whatever. Alright, well, let's put the blade together. So how it works is, you first take your main blade and your assist blade. You put it up against each other. Take your lock chip. You put it in. Or not. Put it in. Twist to the right. So it's all secure. Take your ratchet. Put it in. Twist to the right, because if it's left spin blade, twist to the left, but we still don't have a CX left spin blade, so I don't know if you would have to twist the lock chip to the left or it'd still be a right. And here's our blade all put together. Pretty cool. Can you stand on your own? No, because your thing's circular. Alright, well, since this is a CX blade, if we want, actually before I take it apart, since the whole gimmick's about combining, we take Breast Fox, I believe its name in Hasbro. Yeah, I probably should have looked up his name because name flips. Sometimes the names sound better in Hasbro, sometimes sound worse, so it's hard to decide which is which. But we take Fox Breast and we quickly disassemble them. There we go. So then we quickly do some mixing and matching. There we go. Then we do you. Alright, so now we have Flame Fox, and we have Breast Cerberus. Pretty cool. You know, just like some stuff you can do for swapping around. I'll quickly put these guys back together, but when I come back, I'll have the arena set up, so yeah. Alright, so we're going to do test bin, and we do a test battle with another bay I have pre-selected. Let it rip. I want to see how this wall ball bit works, but since it's a stamina build, it might not work in time. Yeah, you can kind of see it helping it stay stabilized. So yeah, it's definitely a bit to help you stay stabilized if you want to have that help you out in the future. Alright, let's do with its battle partner. So with its battle partner, I decided to use its teammate. Ooh, it's coming apart though, so I gotta put it together real quick. So for its battle partner, we got Dark Perseus, which would have been nice. I mean, maybe I'm just misremembering, but I'm pretty sure this was a Wave 5 bay. I believe. It was either my first Wave 5 or my first Wave 6. If it was my first Wave 6, then it would be funny, because then each wave, you gotta remember Team Zodiac. If it was Wave 5, then there was a skip in between that there wasn't a bay for Zodiac, because they're both part of the same team, and Blast Pegasus, or Pegasus Blast, whatever they're calling it in Hasbro, it's also part of Team Zodiac, so yeah. I like how they all look, so that's why I'm getting them, but nice to all part of a team. But yeah, So round 1 we're gonna launch Cerberus, and then round 2 we're gonna launch Perseus. Let it rip. Luckily they're both stationary brace. Let it rip. Oh wow, an extreme finish. That's shocking. And you kind of saw that if my arm wasn't in the way, how it was staying stabilized. My arm might have been in the way, so we apologize. But let it rip. It's always hard to get these on CXs. Rip. I know Perseus is good, but just not a stock combo. Yep. Alright, thanks Perseus. Alright, Cookie, get the playmat and box back up, and I'll be right back. Well, that's been my look at Flame Service Wheel 580 Wall Ball. Alright, thank you folks for watching this Beyblade X unboxing. Folks, did enjoy the unboxing video, give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. I'll play them as fast as I can, and subscribe to the bell to be notified whenever I drop a new video /short/stream. But until next time, toodles.